Okay, I got cut off because I had make more space on my device. Uh, what it is these people they're traumatized, and because and we're all traumatized. We're all bullied. We all know that these people are hurting other people, and we're either people that are gonna say, "Oh, hey, I'm not gonna deal with this. Let's use the rule of law against these people," or they're the people that are gonna say, "Well, we got to do what they want and give them what they want, or else they're going to hurt us." And these are the people. These are our elected officials. These are the people, and they're the people in the media. They're the people in the entertainment media, and they're the people in the. Let's see my time. I got plenty of time. There are people in the media, in the entertainment media, and there are people in the news, the talking heads. They just keep repeating. And what do they do when they're in trouble now? Well, they just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. It's worked so well for them in the past. It's what's kept it's what they feel is keep them safe. And it's like, oh, you're just this wonderful person. Of course, as long as anal rapists and extortionists are telling them, yes, you're wonderful, and stuff like this, they feel safe. They're not going to hurt them. Uh, so, so this is what's going on in the world. Anyway, let's see. There's that's what's going on. That's what these people are about. They're the kind of people that'll knuckle under, and they're the people that are. It's all this bullying. Everybody's bullying you, and either you're going to stand up to them, and this is what we need from leaders. George Washington. It was a different time. Look at the surveillance today. They, what a situation they're in. What an awful situation to be in. It's like the good. I'm talking about the good surveillance. They don't like putting me in these situations. They don't like seeing me isolated like this. But they don't have any chain of command. And the only way they can get anything to go viral or get the public to know about anything is if I figure it out, because people want to know what's going on with me. They don't like this. They don't like seeing what happens to me. They don't like me being in this situation. And but your teachers are telling you things like, the really heroic people, and this was in a different time. We didn't have this technology where, like, if some bullies got a hold of it, if there's some bullies in government in George Washington's day, people would figure out who they were, and they had guns. They could protect themselves, but they didn't have this surveillance technology like they have today. And these surveillance, like the guys that are at the very head of them, they're the kind of guys that will fight hand to hand. If it comes to it, they fought many times, hand to hand with evil people, and that's the kind of people they are. But the other thing is that this game that okay, only got 7 minutes. This game, what it is? One of the ways that I got out of the Metropolitan Hospital was one of the doctors started talking with the patients, the inmates, and they figured out what was going on. What it is there's this scheme. I've explained this many. What it is there's something going on. There'll be some staged interaction, and what it is there'll be one person, or a few people, often just one, who's observing this, and it's all staged. And surveillance have it planned out ahead of time, the bad ones. And what it is how do I act in a certain situation? And it's to condemn me. It's so that they've got this supposedly objective observer. What they really are is a shield for the bad surveillance, and they're trying to get him to judge him a bad person so they can justify what they're doing. So what it is they'll stage some interaction, but what it is there's always some bad actor in the interaction that's doing something that's either morally wrong or illegal. And the other thing that is this observer, the supposedly objective observer, he also observes that this other person is doing something wrong. And what he could do, like if things came to light, and if this was like a real court of law, he could say, hey, oh, what about that bad actor? That guy did a criminal thing. He should be punished. And the people who are in charge of him should be punished too. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have been allowed to do that. Well, but the way this is set up, and the good surveillance have to play this game too because the idiots in Congress made this possible. The way this is set up is that guy never comes to light. Now the other thing that happens is, even ahead of time, the bad surveillance have figured out that if I'm judged a good person, and the other thing is, like, I'm totally blind in this thing. I don't even know what's going on. I'm trying to figure out, why are they doing this crazy thing? What's going on? I'm in the stage thing. What should I do? What do I have to do to prove I'm a good person? And there's all this intrigue going on, and it's really difficult trying to figure out what am I supposed to do anyway to, like, pass this test. But what it is they've got another staged interaction planned after this if I get judged to be a good person. And what it is this objective observer, to keep him quiet about the crimes that have been committed in the first stage interaction. They've got another one planned. And he's a bad, and the next one, he's the bad guy. He's the guy doing the crime. So it's like they've got the goods on him. He can't, if things come to light, he can't testify against the things the bad surveillance are doing, because he's already done something bad himself. And see, this is what had happened when I was in the Metropolitan hospital in Norwalk, California. They just keep, how much time have I got? 4 minutes. Okay, so this is what's going on. I mean, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. I mean, it's not like, it's no fat, not fair. It's extortion. It's an extortion racket, and they just keep trying to prove you're wrong. And this has been done on other planets. And now what we're at is, it's finally come to this planet. But the thing of this planet is, everybody on all the other worlds are very interested in what's going on this planet. So as I publish things, it gets published all over the universe, and it's gotten to the point where anybody from the DC planet is ashamed, of what they're doing, and they're willing to let us do what we want and enforce our own laws, because it's such a shame. And there are people coming forward on other planets and other worlds saying things. Yeah, the same thing that was done to Brother Cole was done to me, and there's records that people are bringing up, and it's like, they're very upset. Everybody's very upset with the bad surveillance and the people on other planets. So this is what's going on. It's like when you're trying to control, when bullies get a hold of technology that they never should have gotten control of. This is what's going on. This is what's going on in the universe. And and what it is there's always a crisis. There's always got to be a crisis. In Orwell's 1984, they're always at war. And there are these evil people that are going to take over. We have to stop them. In North Korea, it's the Americans. It's the bad guys. It's the people fighting for freedom. And, in George Washington's day, they didn't have this tech. And George Washington would ride out in front. Alma. He was a character like Alma or Moroni or Mormon in the Book of Mormon, who would be in the very front of the conflict, who would lead the people into the fight. And part of the reason these people survived is because they were men of principle, and the people could see that, and they loved them. And there were many people that would die giving their lives for George Washington in battle, for Alma in battle. And Alma wanted to, he would make a mistake in battle. Maybe he'd look the wrong way, and some guy would save his life, on his hand. Maybe it'd be some dear friend, or maybe some guy that he never really thought much of, who all of a sudden realized that Alma was going to die and they were going to lose the battle, and gave his life for him. And maybe some guy that he was on bad terms with, and Alma would look at him and think, oh my gosh, this man cared for me so much. he suffered. He died for me, and you know, that's what George Washington went through. George Washington was a noble man. And they're trying to teach you that he was a bad person. They were trying to do that in my day. There are people that are work that they don't know, they don't teach the Constitution. They don't understand what this government is about. They don't understand what the rule of law is. They don't understand that if we just used our government like it was meant to be, for all men to have equality under the law, we wouldn't have all this this media attention, this media about that you hear about. We need social justice. We've got justice. We've got equality under the law if we just apply the law. It's all already there. We've got all these freedoms that we can just use according to the law. And isn't it great that that pervert Donald Trump and Katie Hobbs are in jail now because of equality under the law to protect the most defenseless people of all. And just like any minority, you think that any minority is going to be defenseless. They just need to. And the other thing is, we're trying to teach minorities and our children, if you want, economic equality, you got to go to work. Clean up your room. The government, they're undermining all of us, telling us that, we're going to give you all these things. They're not giving it. They're robbing everyone. They're robbing all the people that do work and know how to make things and do something for their fellow man by producing something for him, so he can he'll do something for them. The people that know how to trade and do things, and people that would, if they had more money, that they would give to other people, and people that are really, really rich, that if they were allowed to have more money, would make our economy really boom. Engineers that are dominated by salesmen, and but I'll tell you, the government is like, they keep bailing out General Motors. General Motors needs to go under so that all the good people in the organization that know how to make cars will form their own company and make an inexpensive car for people to drive in. It's like the government is undermining everything. Anyway, I think that's a good place to stop. God bless you guys. I love you. Have a good day. You'll hear from me again.